question for you guys. So today I'm going to be doing a get ready with me for my first date ever. Okay, I forgot I was gonna wear a flannel today. So, naturally, cause it's me, terrified. And it's not because of like, okay, this guy that I met is from a Christian dating app. But like, just me being me, I'm like terrified of everything. So it's not like the guy, it's all me. So I thought we would film my get ready with me because I have to get ready anyway. And it might be interesting because I'm just like panicking. So here we go. Now let me just say that I'm 23. Now I've never gone out on a date before because all of the guys in my area, like from high school and stuff, like they were just not the kind of guy that I want to like marry. Because I feel like most of the guys in high school had like no morals or values whatsoever. And I'm not about that. So I have not dated until now because of that. And I went to online college, so it's not even like I was gonna meet people in college because I went online. So there's that. And it took like talking to a few guys on this app to like find one that I thought was like up to my standards. Like I have really high standards because like I feel like there's kind of like two different kinds of Christians in life. There's ones that label themselves as Christians and they're like, yes, I'm a Christian, I go to church, great. And then there's people that like actually like live like a Christian life, and that's the kind of person that I'm looking for. So, and I just feel like that's hard to find because it's taken me till I was 23. I barely slept last night because it's me. And now I'm freaking out because I have to leave in like an hour. Is it an hour? Yeah, about an hour. And I'm just like, it's like the scariness of like I've never done something before. So it's like I don't know how to like do that. I don't know how to like go on a date with a person. Like, how would I know that? Me has written like 75 books of fan fiction that are like half romances, but still me doesn't know how to go on a date. So I've had like a week to like freak out over this. And my mom is like, oh, I'm sure it will go like fine, like what's the worst that could happen? And like I'm like, oh, you want to go there? Because I love to play the what if game. What if this happens? What if that happens? I'm like, I can tell you everything that could go wrong. I could pass out. I could hit my head on the table. They could freak out, and then like, okay, I'm not too familiar with the place we're going, but I don't know if the staff would like freak out and like try to call me an ambulance or something because I passed out and like hit my head or something or fell on the floor, or like, I don't know, like that's a risk with me. I pass out. Like, I don't know. I'm like, there are so many things that could go wrong. I'm just saying right now, don't count out my faintingness. And it was like, okay, I've been to this place like twice in my life, and I was not aware that like everything on their menu is like weird. Like not like weird, but like fancy weird, if you know what I'm saying. Like they don't just have like a normal dish. It's like something snazzy. And I'm like, what are these things? What are these words? Like, I like pre-looked at the menu so I knew what I would order, and like, cause like knowing me, I would just panic and pick something and then not like it and then like not eat it, and like and the funny thing is, like, okay, I asked some of my friends for like advice, but like I don't think any of my friends are in a relationship right now. And some of them have never been in a relationship, just like me. And like, I just think it's so weird that like I have friends that also are like looking for like, they have like high standards and they're looking for like a good person that they might marry one day, not just dating to date. Because I think dating to date is kind of stupid and that's not my thing. I would like to date to find someone to marry one day. So, I don't know, it's funny how like when you make friends with someone, that's not like a thing that you like discuss, like, oh, we're friends now, so are you like dating someone? Like, you know, that's like not like a conversation that you would like have, but it's funny that most of my friends just like aren't like boy crazy in a way, or like dating just to date, and most of them are either not in a relationship or haven't dated anyone ever. I think that's funny. I feel like I make really good friends that really fit with like me. Okay, I have suddenly forgotten how to do my makeup. I'm gonna use some e.l.f. highlighter. Everything else I like depotted, so I didn't tell you what it was because I don't really know what it is, but like I don't really care to know what things are sometimes, so. And I feel like the drive to the place we're going is like 30 to 40-ish minutes away from me, so I get 30 to 40-ish minutes of like freaking out in the car about this. Eyebrows time. Okay, I'll tell you a funny story though. So when I was like talking to this guy, and then we decided that we were gonna like go to this place, I was like, okay, I have a profile on this dating app. I was like, oh my gosh. You know what I just realized? I have no pictures on there with my current hair color, which is red. I was like, I should tell this boy my hair is red so that like he can recognize me. Not that I'm unrecognizable suddenly with red hair, but I was like, oh my gosh, I should mention that. So that was a whole thing that I freaked out about. And then I was like, I have never questioned like anything about myself until the thought of dating a boy came up, and suddenly I'm like questioning every life decision ever in my entire life. I'm filling my eyebrows in with red eyeshadow. I did dye my eyebrows red, the same color as my hair, but it faded really fast. But that was a thing I did. I feel like it came out pretty good, but didn't last very long. If you guys have any funny first date stories, comment them down below. Or like, were you really anxious or nervous? Because me, all week. Oh my gosh, so this is unrelated, but something that I just like thought of because I'm like seeing it on my face. So I have never had dry skin in my entire life. Always had oily skin. And it was always like the most annoying thing ever. And as you guys know, I have had a lot of health things wrong in the past like 2 years, like since I was 8, but really started being a problem in the past 2 years. And one of my issues is I have an excessive amount of vitamin D125 and calcium, and therefore kidney stones, and that's a whole thing. But the other day I was like, oh my gosh, my skin is like so dry. What the heck? Because I have never had dry skin ever in my entire life. And then last night my mom sends me this like link from an article, and she's like, oh, I just came across this, how funny, ha ha ha. And it was something about low vitamin D being linked to dry skin, and I was like, what the heck? So I have been battling dry skin, which I have no experience with because I never had dry skin. We're jumping back into the it's my first date thing. When I say I'm like, I have never questioned every decision ever until now, like, it's not that like, okay, I don't want it to come across as, ooh, I should be doing this or I should be doing that. to impress this guy or for this guy or to meet this guy's expectations. I'm just saying I have never I've been very content with just myself and not another person. And now that I'm thinking about another person, it's like, well, are they gonna think it's weird that I dye my eyebrows red? Are they gonna think it's weird I dye my hair at all? Are they gonna think it's weird this or that? And I'm just like, I don't know. So now I'm suddenly second guessing everything in my life ever. And every personality trait that I have. We need to decide something about eyeshadow, because that's a thing that's happening. We want to go like neutrally calmed down, even though that is not what I feel inside. So I was also like, this is a thought that I had last night. I was like, wow, I feel like my subconscious is trying to self-sabotage me, because I was thinking all of the dumb things that I could possibly do on this date. Like, I'm not trying to self-sabotage myself, but I feel like my subconscious wants me to for some reason. I was like, what if I show up dressed as a wizard from Harry Potter? And then I was like, ooh, you know what would make that extra bad? The fact that I am a Slytherin. I feel like being a Slytherin is like a low-key red flag. It's like, ooh, yikes. Like, I don't know, I've just had all these like really dumb situations in my head of like, wow, how could I screw this up? I feel like I have almost no cool toned eyeshadow ever. Also me being like, what is too much makeup? Because I know I could definitely get to that point. But it's like, I'm not gonna wear no makeup because I wear makeup. See, it's like when I'm questioning my own makeup, that's how you know that I'm stressed. Because I know how to do makeup. But do I? Like, I don't know. Suddenly, like, none of these palettes are good enough. Okay, I wanted to go for cool tone, but I suddenly cannot find any palettes with any cool tone shades in them. And like, I didn't want to do color, but now I'm debating doing color. Okay, I have settled on palettes everywhere. I have settled on. I'm gonna start with a crease color. Now suddenly none of these brushes are good enough either. Starting with a crease color from this chocolate bar palette. I'm gonna take this one. Oh, here's the funny thing. So I tell my friends that I am going on my first date because I'm like, give me any tips you have because I don't know what I'm doing because I've never done this before. And they all have like so much confidence in me, and I'm like, I don't know why you guys have confidence in me because like I've never done this. I have no knowledge, I have no experience. Why do you guys all think that I'm going to be great? I was like, please don't have confidence in me because I've adopted this new way of thinking towards my health stuff because my health stuff is very depressing, and because they still don't know what's wrong with me, and I don't know how soon they're even gonna be able to figure that out. I mean, they haven't figured it out since I was 8, and that's a long time. So every time we go to like a new doctor, like I went to a rheumatologist and then I went to an endocrinologist, and I don't know if I'm gonna go back to my kidney doctor or what, but I have decided that I have no expectations when I go to a doctor, and so that way the bar is set very low. So that if something new comes up and they're like, oh, we discovered this about you, then I'm like, great, this went better than I expected. So that we just always have low expectations so that we're not let down constantly and time again. So I was like, everybody set your bars really low for me, because that way, if it doesn't go good, then it's like, okay, we were expecting that. But if it goes better than that, then it's like, oh wow, it went so much better. So I'm like, everybody set your bars low so that we're not disappointed and we can just be happy if it goes better than expected. So that's my new thing. Okay. Then I'm taking this palette from ColourPop, And I'm going to use the shade on my eyelid because it looks pretty and it's still like toned down. I'm so tempted to do like a colorful eyeliner though, because it's me and I like color. It's very sparkly. Now I'm gonna take, this is my favorite white ever. So I have this palette from Make Revolution, and this white, this is my favorite white ever. And that's gonna go in my inner corner. Okay, my phone just crashed. My phone, I feel like, is on the way to its own death. My phone's not doing so well. So I'm taking this e.l.f. highlighter and I'm using it as my brow bone highlight because it's a really subtle highlighter, so I feel like that's good. We should do something for eyeliner, but I don't know what. We're just gonna do black because that's what I've settled on. So my eyeliner is from Urban Decay and it's really teeny tiny. And I'm using this mascara from Urban Decay. Setting spray from Maven, trying to pan this. All my friends are like suddenly like messaging me and Snapchatting me because they know that I'm like about to go out to this date and I don't know what they're saying, but I'm like, okay, I've decided on my lip color. This is from Tarte. It's called Man Eater and it's a lip plumper, but I just really like it for the color that it is. I think the color is really nice. Boom. This is my look. So I hope you guys enjoyed this get ready with me of me just freaking out. But that's what I've been doing. So comment down below if you have had your first date and if you freaked out about it, and like if you have any funny first date stories, let me know because I'd love to read them after a stressful day of stressing about my first date. Also, make sure to hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, turn on my post notifications, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!